Defi yield farmers are raking in big bucks. You've probably heard that by putting your extra money in a savings account, you could potentially earn a 1% annual percentage yield from the interest of your initial deposit. Now, to a lot of people, that's not much of an earning, especially if you're going to deposit a small amount. Like most people, you'd most likely want to maximize the potential earnings you get for the amount you deposit. With DeFi yield farming, earning a higher APY would definitely be possible. In fact, you can earn a 6% profit annually with this approach, possibly even higher. A relatively higher gain compared to the interest you get from a traditional savings account. Of course, there's a lot more to know and understand before jumping into the business of DeFi yield farming. In this video, we'll help you understand what this method is, its pros and cons, and a few other must-know for every aspiring beginner. If you like this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe and notification bell to get future updates on new videos from Big Brain Money. Explaining yield farming. To start off, what exactly does yield farming involve? It actually works a lot like the traditional savings account, where you earn interest for your deposit. The major difference in yield farming is that you use cryptocurrency instead of the usual currency. In yield farming, you can earn interest by depositing or staking your cryptocurrency into a lending protocol via a decentralized app. Staking requires that you lock up your cryptocurrency for a set period of time, meaning you can't take it out of the decentralized app until the set time has passed. By doing this, you're rewarded with more crypto. Holders who stake their cryptocurrency are more accurately called liquidity providers. The coins they've locked become a part of the liquidity pool. These crypto platforms then take these coins or tokens and lend them out to other users who are seeking credit. These same creditors then pay their fees along with interest. The crypto platform takes these payments and gives a portion of it to the liquidity providers as their reward, and the rest of the amount is taken by the platform as their profit. This method of staking cryptocurrencies is actually a means of sustaining long-term growth, especially by newly launched blockchain apps. With this model, cryptocurrency platforms can help encourage the participation of its users while at the same time securing liquidity. Proof of stake versus proof of work. This method is only applicable for coins that make use of the proof of stake model. If you've had experience mining cryptocurrency, then you're probably aware of what the proof of stake and the proof of work means. To simplify, proof of work basically means that the transaction occurring within that specific blockchain is verified and secured by multiple crypto miners by utilizing powerful hardware to execute highly complex computations. On the other hand, proof of stake means that transactions are verified and secured not just by hardware, but by validators who stake their coins within the platform. For this reason, cryptocurrencies that rely on the proof of work mechanism, such as Bitcoin for example, would not have a feature which would allow you to stake it. This also helps to understand why a lot of staking coins are ERC20 coins, or cryptocurrencies that run on the Ethereum blockchain. That's because Ethereum, which houses a large variety of applications, requires a more scalable solution, which is, in this case, proof of stake. Advantages and disadvantages. Here are the advantages of yield farming and staking. The best advantage of staking your coins would be the fact that you can generate rewards by letting time do the work for you. That's much better than just letting your crypto collect dust in your digital wallets, right? More often than not, crypto owners would have a couple of coins in their portfolio which they believe would increase in value. And so they would choose to hold on to the crypto, meaning they choose not to sell it for a prolonged period of time. If you're in the same boat, then yield farming would help you maximize your profit, assuming of course that your coin has the staking feature. Take note that the higher the amount you stake, the higher the potential reward would be. But like any other investment, there are always some risks to staking. This leads us to our next question. What disadvantages are there in yield farming? The risks you need to consider before you start staking are volatility, fraud, rug pulls, and smart contract risks. Now, we know what you're thinking. That's a lot of risks. Well, with the exception of volatility, you could actually avoid all these by simply staking in a trusted platform with an already established coin. For volatility, well, that has always been a risk of cryptocurrency since time immemorial. So if you're out here exploring yield farming, then we're assuming that you've at least accepted that innate risk of cryptocurrencies. To better understand all of this, let's go through it one by one. The first is fraud and rug pulls. This could possibly happen to you if you deliberately stake your coins into questionable projects or schemes. There have already been countless cases wherein newcomers get excited with the news of a new attractive project, and they end up staking their entire portfolio. This often ends with the shady developers suddenly abandoning projects and running off with the coins that previous crypto owners have already staked. The second is smart contract risk. It's known that there are some developers who are short in budget but start new projects nonetheless. This could result in undetected bugs which can then endanger the invested crypto that other users have deposited. It's actually these bugs that serve as entry points for scammers and hackers who can then easily withdraw the coins within the platform. The last is volatility. Time and time again, we're reminded that cryptocurrencies are risky investments, which is why newcomers are often told to invest an amount that they're comfortable losing. A crypto asset can easily fall or rise by a significant percentage in a matter of a day, making these fluctuations in price quite scary at times. Remember that in staking, you're essentially putting your crypto in a sort of a digital safe, which you cannot take out until the appointed time. So if your coin starts dipping in price, you wouldn't be able to trade it to minimize losses. You could very well end up with only half of your initial deposit by the time you can withdraw your coins. However, the exact opposite can also happen, in which case that will be a great win for you. In the end, no one really knows how the market would behave, so the best way you can do is to anticipate these fluctuations and stake accordingly. Final points. To summarize, yield farming is a potential source of profit for those who are willing to give it a try. However, just like any crypto-related endeavor, this method entails a significant amount of risk which could be potentially dangerous, especially if it's your first time committing to something like this. Keep in mind that the amount of rewards you receive is primarily dependent on the amount you're willing to stake. If you can only afford to stake a small amount of coins, then it may be better to keep your crypto assets free for trading instead. If you do, however, have the means to deposit a large amount, then it would be imperative that you first do research on the projects that you're going to stake in. Ensure that they're legitimate and safe. You can visit sites like CoinMarketCap in order to get information on these projects or platforms that have an acceptable APY. Other than that, remember the other risks attributed to staking. Are you ready to rake in the big bucks with Defi yield farming? Comment down below. And while you're headed there, take that detour to hit that like and subscribe button. For more entertaining and informative videos that benefit your wallet girth, be sure to head to the Big Brain Money archive or simply click on these videos.